Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, lead us, thou God, from unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om, peace,
Peace, peace be unto us all.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome to Yoga for Health, Happiness, and Liberation. We're so happy you could join us today. I'm Meeta Gajjar, and this is my father, Bharat Gajjar. We'd like to introduce you to our guru, who is Swami Vishnudevananda. And I'm going to be reading something that he wrote on meditation. It's from the complete illustrated book of yoga. Meditation is an experience that cannot be described, just as colors cannot be described to a blind man. All ordinary experience is limited by time, space, and causation. Our normal awareness and understanding do not transcend these bounds. Infinite experience, which is measured in terms of past, present, and future, cannot be transcendental. These concepts of time are illusionary, for they have no permanence. The present, immeasurable, small, and fleeting, cannot be grasped. The past and future are non-existent in the present. We live in illusion. The meditative state transcends all such limitations. In it there is neither past nor future, but only the consciousness of I am in the unbounded eternal now. It is only possible when all mental modifications have stilled and there is no mind. The closest analogous state that we can experience is deep sleep, in which there is neither time, space, nor causation. Meditation, however, differs from deep sleep, for it works profound changes in the psyche by curbing and stilling the oscillations of the mind. It brings mental peace. On the physical level, meditation helps to prolong the body's anabolic process of growth and repair, and to reduce the catabolic or decaying process. Ordinarily, the anabolic process predominates until the age of 18. From 18 to 35, there is balance between the two. And after 35, the anabolic process sets in. Meditation can significantly reduce the catabolic decline. This is because of the innate receptivity of body cells. Each of our body cells is governed by instinct, subconscious mind. They have both individual and collective consciousness. When thoughts and desires pour into the body, the cells are activated, and the body always obeys the group demand. It has been scientifically proved that positive thoughts bring positive results to cells. As meditation brings about the prolonged positive state of mind, it rejuvenates body cells and retards decay. One cannot learn to meditate any more than one can learn to sleep. One falls into both states. There are certain points to remember regarding the techniques and stages of meditation. The first, Before beginning, command the mind to be quiet for a specific length of time. Forget past, present, and future. Sit in a comfortable, steady posture with spine and neck held straight. A cross-legged position makes a triangular path for the flow of energy, which must be contained rather than dispersed in all directions. Metabolism, brain waves, and breathing all slow down during sitting. Consciously regulate the breath. Begin with 5 minutes of deep breathing to bring oxygen to the brain. Slow it down to an imperceptible state. Keep the breathing rhythmic. Inhale for 3 seconds and exhale for 3 seconds. Regulation of breath also regulates the flow of prana. 5. Allow the mind to wander at first. It will jump around, but will eventually concentrate along with the concentration of prana. Do not force the mind to be still. This sets up additional mental waves which will hinder meditation. Select a focal point on which the mind can rest when it tires. It may be either the Agna chakra between the eyebrows for those who are predominantly intellectual types, or the Anahata chakra of the heart for those who are more emotional. Never change this focal point. Repeat your mantra mentally or verbally. If you do not have a personal mantra, Om may be used. Those who prefer a personalized deity may use Ram or Sham. Mental repetition is stronger. Resort to mental repetition if you become drowsy. Never change your mantra. 9. Repetition will lead to pure thought, in which thought and sound merge, and there is no awareness of meaning. Vocal repetition progresses through mental repetition to telepathic language, and from there to pure thought. 10. This is a subtle state of transcendental bliss with duality. Duality disappears and samadhi is reached. Begin the practice of meditation with 20-minute periods and increase to 1 hour. Do not force the mind to practice or it will revolt.
Well, Meeta, that was our Guru's teaching of meditation. The meditation is the most important thing in life because it makes you experience the love. It makes you experience the great feeling. Now, you must have heard the word nirvana. Lord Buddha talked about the nirvana. Now, nirvana is not sometime when you die and then you go to the heaven and then experience nirvana. Nirvana, Lord Buddha said, nirvana is now. You can experience the bliss now. Some people say, well, I will feel wonderful when I die and go into heaven. He said, no, you must experience this great love, great feeling now. So this one man came to our Shivananda center and he says, listen, when I took some drugs, one time I had the great experience. And then a couple of times really lousy. I felt like I was in a hell. So he said, I understand yogis can reach to this highest climax of experience through yoga practice. I said, yes, yoga and meditation. But I said, let me teach you. You have to go step by step. And once you learn meditation, you are going to experience this wonderful feeling. Feel like heavenly. But heaven, there is only happiness. There is only love. In yoga, it's samadhi. Samadhi means the highest experience. Now, how can you feel the highest experience in this material world, in this world, when you have great desires? So your mind is always active, thinking about, I want this, I want that, desire. Second thing you have is fears. There are a lot of people are afraid. Then you cannot experience happiness, or you cannot experience love. And then there is the ego. So these are the obstacles before you feel. So you have to eliminate. How can you do that? In meditation, first you have to learn to detach. Detach and come to at this point. Now, many times people go in future or in the past. In future, you are not now. You are in future moment which does not belong to you. So you are in future. Then sometime you like to go in the past. That moment is dead for you. So you cannot experience love and joy and then samadhi, the highest feeling. So what do you have to do? You have to learn to come to this moment. This moment. Now when I say this moment, that moment is gone. So that moment cannot be described. That moment is pure silence. That moment can come to you in your meditation. You surrender, detach from material world, and then once a day, 20 minutes, half an hour, you feel completely in a heavenly way. You're going to experience wonderful, but that's the practice. So Meeta just read the article of our Guru Swami Vishnu Devananda. He says, practice dhyana. Dhyana is meditation. And once you do gradually, every day, once a day, you must get off, detach, and then come to your inner self. And you are going to experience this blissful feeling. Now some people say, oh, I want to have a blissful feeling by drink or some drugs. Yes, you might have, but then you have side effects. You're sick, your body gets sick. And then real problems start afterwards. But in meditation, you can have the same experience and even better, and constantly the best. Because in drugs, you can go very high or very low. You can go heavenly or you can go in hell, because you can go into wrong channel. So the key is meditation will take you gradually to the higher and higher and higher consciousness. But how can you do that? Through practicing detachment. And then coming to your inner self. And then that inner self is part of God. We talked about that. My Atman, my soul, is a part of Paramatma, the big soul. So when you come to that being, and at the same time, as I mentioned, you have to learn to come at this moment, not in future, not in past, but at this moment. And that is the way you can go into very high consciousness. You can experience the love of God because now you are focused on the divinity. You have focused on the transcendental, that infinite self. That infinity will come to you only when you come to this moment. That is difficult because you like to go in future, you like to go in the past, or you want to think about the desires, your desires, and then you like to talk about this ego, I am the great, and that ego, and then there are fears, because people are afraid. So at one point you have to say, listen, I want to detach from that, get off, and go into the spiritual consciousness. That can happen gradually as you practice. Like Swami Vishnu Devananda Maharaj said, that if you want to go into meditation, high meditation, you cannot force, like sleep. Sleep comes. You try to sleep very hard, then you will not able to sleep. But you have to drop that. So once you detach, once you forget yourself, then you are going to find yourself. So that is the same idea, that you have to learn to detach and come in the center and forget everything. How can you forget everything for a short time? That is a practice. So once you practice the meditation, then it becomes easier and easier and easier, because your mind will learn to quiet. And you are detaching from your desires, material desires. But if you do not experience love, life becomes hellish. So it is very important that somehow, somewhere, you learn to detach and come to your inner self. That process is important. Now, sometimes you have some tremendous tragedy. That time you are completely disturbed. Your mind cannot function, but you are not happy at all. That time, once you have learned to do the meditation, you can surrender to the Lord. It is very important that you understand the importance of the Lord. And Lord is infinite. It is beyond just me and mine. It's pure love. At that moment, it is the greatest feeling. But when you say, oh, I got that greatest feeling, the greatest feeling will go away. Because you say, I am there. You cannot be there. Because you want to, if you want to find yourself, you have to lose yourself. You have to forget yourself. And that is possible through practice of meditation. It's called dhyana. Dhyana means concentrate. And once you learn to concentrate, you can gradually come to yourself, and you can come in the center of your being where, but now look what I say, center of the being. Now, if you are on a periphery, you are always moving. But when you come in the center,